Hello and welcome back to my channel. Well, today I'm doing a video which is, well, not exactly on Age of Empires 2. Well, in fact, it is not at all about it. But yesterday I got access to the closed beta of the Gwent, card game. You might know this game from the Witcher 3. That was a trading card game you could play within the open world of Witcher, which was pretty cool. I spent most of my time playing Witcher 3, really playing Gwent, traveling from tavern to tavern, collecting all of the cards, and so on and so forth. And now this game will come out as a standalone. Well, the closed beta is out already. So, since this is a closed beta, there are still some bugs here and there, some performance issues maybe, things you'd run into if you're playing a closed beta. But this should really be a first impressions video. Well, I played a few matches already, but yeah, I would like to tell you what I think about this game and maybe upload some more content on this later on, depending on how this is received. So the interesting thing about Gwent is that it is not like your usual trading card game, so it really differs a lot in playstyle from, let's say, Magic the Gathering, from Hearthstone, Eternal, whatsoever, and has really, its own mechanics, its own set of mechanics. It's different strategies you need to utilize here. It's more about bluffing, more about playing mind games with the opponent, than other card games, which is something, well, pretty novel, and it's interesting to play. So before I tell you how to play this game, I'd like to take a look at the shop here. So, which is, well, most important to all. Well, as soon as a game is good in first place, you'd like to know how do you get a good amount of cards, and yeah, if there's a huge paywall to in the acquirance of those cards, that is a problem. Yeah, here you don't have booster packs. You got these kegs in this case, and I actually like the way they're working, because the way these the kegs or the barrels are working in this game actually means you will need less booster packs or less barrels or whatever. You'll need to buy less things to get the cards you want, because of a reason I'll show you shortly, but now I just go into the shop here. So you can buy the kegs for gold, for metal or gold, whatever. So this is the in-game currency pretty much. You get this by playing, by doing your daily victories, and so on and so forth. And you can also get ore by your opponents if they're donating you some, which you can do if you just, at the end of the game, there's a button you click which says call a good game, and then you'll give your opponent a small amount of resources. I don't think you have to spend any, but you can give him some, which is a nice option, I believe. So you can buy them for in-game currency, which is very good. And I'll just let this beautiful troll open me one, so I got one here in spare. I think the camera overlay is now over my resources, but yeah, I got one cake. I'll open up right now. So you don't need any keys or something to open those, which is nice, not like CSGO with these weapon skins. There we go. So, I was actually pretty lucky. I haven't had such a rare card so far. That's good. So, there are all 5 factions in the game, which is the Skellige, the skoia'tael, the Northern Realms, the Monsters, and Nilfgaard. So here I got one, well, of course you also got neutral cards, so I got one Nilfgaard card, one neutral card, and two of the Northern Realms. This one is actually quite rare, which is nice. So let's see, you got a impenetrable fork. About the weather cards I will talk later on a little bit more. Then here, got Nilfgaard got a Nausicaa Stranded Barrier, which will buff up other non-gold units in this row. Next we got the Reaver Scout, which calls copies of one of your cards onto the battlefield. And Shani, which is resurrecting a non-gold, non-permanent unit and convert it to gold until removed from the battlefield. So this is quite a weak card, but it can resurrect one of my cards and make it a gold unit, which has quite some effect in special decks. We'll talk about that later on as well. So, continue. And now to the interesting part here. You can decide which rare or which rare mythic or rare legendary or the special rare whatever cards you can get here. You get 3 to choose from, and you can choose one of those, and the other 2 will go away. So if you're buying lots of boosters, you can kind of choose the rares you get more or less. So it's more likely that you will get something you need. So this is a neutral card, which is quite interesting. It's interacting with weather as well. And here you also see how many you got of those so far. So I got 1 John Natalis already. And what's this? Milved, they return the strongest non-gold on relentless unit. Your opponent does the same if they have not passed. I think this will have a relentless, well, a deck with lots of relentless cards in it to be really useful. And this interacts with weather cards. And since you got, well, a lot of weather cards early on already, I'll take Sarah here. And so I got this rare here of my choosing. He actually got 2 rares or mythics, whatever. Well, but only since I was lucky. Usually you got 4 commons and 1 rare. You got 2, rare ones, which is good. Now we're just gonna take a quick look at the deck builder. So we're just gonna throw together a new deck. So I think I'll do something with weather effects because those are really interesting, and the monsters really got the most interaction with weather effects. So yeah, every deck has a leader. I only got 1 leader for the monsters right now, but that's fine. And now I can add more cards to my deck. So here you get a list of all cards I could add to this deck. I can also choose filters here. So choose search for names. So for example, if I want to search for Geralt, well, I only got 1 Geralt unit here. If I want to have a weather card, I can use search for all weather cards and all cards that are interacting with weather cards, and so on and so forth. I can also only take a look at monsters, only take a look at neutral or all factions, and here I can choose which positions I'd like to see. So each creature or each unit has 1 of 3 positions, or has a position of your choosing. So this will come into effect, I think when I will play the game and show you some stuff. So first of all, I'd like to include a lot of weather cards. So let's search for weather, and there we go. Now the thing is, you can't actually add cards while you have the filters here open, which is kind of annoying, and I don't know if this really is necessary, so I need to close the filters, and now I can add the cards to my deck. So I'll add 3 forks. And now I got lots of cards which are interacting with those. So the Ancient Foglet gets stronger every turn the fog is active. and it's also immune to weather. So this is important because, for example, fog puts all the strength of all of your and all of your enemies. So in this case, fog is ranged units. Choose one, except those who are immune to fog, which are those guys here. Then you get biting frost, which is the same thing for melee units, and torrential rain, which does the same. I only got 2 of those so far, but hey, does the same for siege units. So this really should, yeah, well, you should take this into consideration when you're adding your deck, playing cards. So for example, when you got lots of melee units, your enemy has lots of ranged units, you just need to play like one frost card and you are pretty screwed. But there's also a way to counter this, since there's a good weather card which will takes away one weather effect. Then I'd like to add Sarah, which I'm building this deck around. She is immune to weather and gains strength weather effects are played. So I'm adding in more weather effects and also 1 or 2 frosts. I think I'll add 2 biting frost here. Shouldn't want to overkill here, since when I only got weather effects, I won't get any power on the board. And now Archgriffin removes weather. This could be useful. So this is a card you can put in any row, but you can decide that when you're building when you're playing the game. So that's not a problem. Let's quickly rename this in weather effects. There we go. And got the Wild Hunt Warrior, remove strength from opposing units and get strength if they're killed, and is also immune to weather. So I can put them in the first row and still have Biting Frost active. They won't get any weaker by that, but the enemy will. So this is all about debuffing your opponent. So now you see I got pretty much all of the weather cards I would like to include here. Weather interactive cards. But I still only got 17 cards. I need at least 25 and maximum 40. So let's reset the filters, remove weather here, and search for monster cards, some which would fit in well here. So the ghoul is, well, it's practically eating a dead unit and gaining its strength. So this is random, but it can be very strong. Yeah, so first we need to close the filters here. Add some of those. Wyverns can debuff your opponents. This works well with those. So if I can debuff them to 1 strength, the Wild Hunt Warrior can just give them the rest. Manticore is just a strong card. She's pretty much the same for the Fiends. There we go. And I think that's it about monster cards I'd like to include here. The Neckers, for example, are interacting with another faction-specific mechanic, which is absorption. But except from the ghouls, I don't have any absorbing units. So let's visit the filters again and search for neutral cards. So here I can debuff my enemies, debuff my own units as well, but the enemies get bigger, more damage than I do, which is nice. I could get Commander's Horn. Thunderbolt Potion makes sense if I got a lot of same named creatures. So if I use a Thunderbolt Potion on 1 Foglet, all Foglets will benefit from that, so I'd include one of those as well. Gaining Cleaver, since that's a good discard debuff unit. The prize-winning cow really needs, requires your opponent to react to this, since if this dies, you get a 9/9 creature. Now we're gonna go for Scorch. This is a very good removal spell, kills the strongest unit on the field. And since I rather go white than big, this could be useful. And let's include 1 Commander's Horn just for good measure, since this will give all non-gold units in a row 4 extra strength. This is pretty basic, but it's good nonetheless. So, now I got 30 cards in my deck. This is fine. Let's save and exit this. And let's now quickly head into the multiplayer, where I can explain to you some more things. I can show you the game finally. And try out the new deck. So the rows are the matchmaking works fairly well. There's seems to be a good amount of players in here right now, so you don't need to wait that long actually. So oh, I just got thrown out of the queue. Happens sometimes. As I already mentioned, this is closed beta, but well, that's not a problem, I guess. At least not for me. And I found an opponent. Loading screen. And he plays monsters as well. So the thing is, each faction has a unique mechanic. Okay, got lots of weather effects here. I don't want this. This can go away. This can go away. So I get to keep the last creature I played each round onto the next round, because at the end of each round the board gets cleared. In this case I can keep the last unit I played. Let's start off with a prize-winning cow. And he does place one as well. Playing the Google wouldn't make any sense. No, Ancient Foglet as well. That's really not too much. Let's play the Arch Griffin into the siege line. Since I observed that really not a lot of playing Torrential Rain. Plays a Golem. Oh, and by the way, the first player who does win 3 rounds wins. Who does win 2 out of 3 rounds wins the game. Maybe I should mention that as well. And if one player passes, the other player can play as many cards as he'd like. So playing Sarah here. And I'll follow this up with Biting Frost, but maybe I'll wait until he plays some more melee units. That would be fairly useful. Okay, flying a Wyvern, and he cleared her. That's very bad. Let's see. I could pass this now. Hard decisions. I think I'll just pass this now. Since I'm kinda behind now, my creatures wouldn't really make too much sense at this situation. I'd really need my fog. Okay. Now I got a real problem. Okay. I get to keep my short because this was the last creature I played. Even I did not play this myself, but my enemy did that for me, so to say. But he kept his short, got 2 lesser golems since his greater golem died. And got a fiend as well. Well, I'd like to pass this now, but in this case I just lose the game. So, let's start with Biting Frost. This will debuff my own creature, but it will hurt him a lot more than it will hurt me. And the problem is, Wild Hunt Warrior is immune to weather. Answers with Impenetrable Fog and summons 2 foglets. They appear as soon as fog appears, but now finally I can play my Ancient Foglet, which gets stronger each round while fog is active. So he really did me a huge favor there. And also I can use the Thunderbolt potion on those fellas. Which I think I'll do now. So now I got a good lead. Okay, played a Manticore. I could just buff up my Feldis here with a Commander's Horn. Since I got 4 units in this row, this is quite a huge boost. I really like to keep the Ancient Foglet here, so rather than not play any other creatures. So now it's time for my Torrential Rain. We'll put his Manticore up to down to one attack. And now I think he should really pass, because I don't think he'll be able to take the lead with playing only one creature now. Or is he? He's playing the Commander's Horn, and he took the lead with that. Okay, that's unfortunate. No, he didn't take the lead. But still, do I have anything which is immune to weather? So the Foglets will die when... I think I'll just play the Stammelford's Tremors. This will kill lots of his units. And weather effects end at a turn of at the end of a turn. So this Manticore would have been a 10 power creature end of a round. So it would be a 10 power creature in his next turn. He's passing, and I think I'll pass as well, because now I got my 13 power Ancient Foglet on the field, which is very good, since he only has an 8 power Foglet. And since the fog disappeared, this one died as well. So now I got fairly good chances of winning this. Let's start with a Ghoul. Let's see what he's fetching. And he looks like he ate the Griffin. Not the Griffin. The Manticore. So it's not on 14 power. I only played his character card, or hero card, whatever. It's just an 11 strength. Well, it is an 11 strength unit with immunity to weather. So if I would play Biting Frost, this would hurt me a lot, but he would just ignore this. So let's just answer this with my own character card. And I got a good lead here. Let's play White Hunt Warrior. Can't really do too much damage with this, but hey. Playing Swallow Potion, giving a huge boost. Let's actually play this Biting Frost, since we can remove it next round with the Archgriffin anyways. Yeah, and those guys also come back from the graveyard when Fog is played, which is nice. Doesn't really matter too much now. So this only removes the weather of my side, actually, which is kind of useful. But I did win the round, since I got 56 strength. They only got 29, I believe. Now I can, for example, send a good game to him. So I get some scrap, which scrap enables you to craft new cards, or ores, which will enable to buy new kegs. And here's the bonus, or the daily rewards, if you win the first 6 rounds. So if you win a game, you got 2 rounds, so you need to win 3 games for the first bonus, and so on and so forth. Now I get 15 scraps as a reward here. Get some experience as well. As long as you're level 10, for example, you can do ranked games. Not sure if there are level up rewards as well. Let's see. Yeah, we got 1 keg. So actually we can open up one additional keg to end this stream. Not stream, it's a video. Hey. Shop, open keg. Yes. Let's see what we got here. So we got 1 Skellige card, 2 Monsters card, and 1 Northern Realms one. So this is a Ballista. Well, just has 5 strength. Removes 5 strength of your opponent. Let's see what Skellige cards we have. It's a Clan Tordorok Shieldsmith, adding base strength to one of your units. And here we got a harpy, which spawns harpy eggs. What do they do? Can we get a better view of this? Doesn't look like it. Okay. And I think the harpy eggs are interacting with the absorption mechanic. And a golem which spawns 2 lesser golems when he dies. Okay, actually got one. Let's see. We got restore, adding 2 to the base strength of a non-gold unit in the graveyard, then resurrect it. Play all crone units from your deck. I don't have any crones so far, so let's see what would be most beneficial to me now. This one is a dwarf. It has 7 strength and stays on the battlefield for 1 turn. Oh well, for the next turn. But I feel like the restore is just a lot more useful, since I already got some more Skellige cards and being able to resurrect a unit. The Skellige got a whole sub-theme, so you can build wonderful decks around resurrection. So I think I'll get this one. Maybe we'll show you my resurrection deck in another video. But at this point, just gonna take this card here. And yeah, I'd like to thank you for sitting through all of this with me now, and have a good time. See you in the next video.